Hello everyone, very good evening. This is Ajay Shah. So let's start the discussion of 10 MCQs from current affairs. So this is the first question for you, and the first question says, consider the following statements regarding market intervention scheme that was seen in news recently. The first says it was introduced for the procurement and transportation of apples in Jammu and Kashmir. This statement is correct. The second says under the scheme the apples will be procured and transported by National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India NAFED. This statement is also correct. The third says it would stabilize the price of apples and maintain a uniform rate in the market across the country. This statement is also correct. All statement 1, 2 and 3 are correct. D is the correct answer. Now some validation. So why this was in news? Because Kashmir's apple is battling to get exported outside the state this year due to shutdown and suspected militants campaigning against the state. And therefore the Jammu and Kashmir government plans to procure 12 lakhs metric ton, that is worth of 8,000 crores under market intervention schemes with the help of NAFED. Now what will the significance? It would help the stabilization of price of apples and will also help to maintain a uniform rate in the open market. Then it will provide much needed support to the fruits grower in the Jammu and Kashmir, and it will also help in building the necessary forwards and backward linkage in the apple industry in Jammu and Kashmir. That's all. Now, this question is on the feature. What are the features of a gig economy? Fine. The first is an economy whose gross national product or gross domestic product to a large extent comes from natural resources. This is wrong. Second says an economy that has no trade activity outside the economy. So this is basically called closed economy, not gig economy. The third says an economy that is too dependent on unreliable foreign investment to finance its growth ambitions. This statement is also wrong. This will be neo-colonialism. The fourth says an economy where flexible jobs are commonplace and companies tend towards hiring independent contractors and freelancers instead of full-time employees. This statement is correct, which is basically the definition of gig economy. Now, what is a gig economy? So basically a gig economy undermines the traditional economy of full-time workers who rarely change positions and instead focus on a lifetime career. Now, the gig economy can benefit workers, businesses, consumers by making work more adaptable to the needs of the moment and demand for flexible lifestyle. At the same time, gig economy can have downsides due to the erosion of traditional economic relationship between workers, business, and clients. So, gig economy has both pros and cons. That's all. Question number 3 is about NIRVIC scheme. So let us see. The first statement says it is launched to ease the lending process and enhance the loan availability of exporters. This statement is correct. The second says it is implemented by Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. This is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. C is the correct answer. So now what is this NIRVIC scheme? So Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India has introduced NIRVIC scheme to ease the lending process and enhance the loan availability for the exporters. Now insurance cover guaranteed will cover up to 90% of the principal and interest. The ECGC is a fully government-owned company that was established in 1957 to promote exports by providing credit insurance services. The ECGC provides export credit insurance to banks to protect the banks from losses on account of export credit at pre and post shipment stage given to the exporters due to risk of insolvency. That's all. Now question number 4 is about teaser loan. So teaser loan is in news for the last few years in economics. So let us see. The first statement says it was a term used for loans that offer fixed interest rate in the initial few years but switch to floating rates thereafter. This statement is correct. SBI introduced it in 2009 to 2010. This statement is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. So C is the correct answer. It's a very easy question. We'll move to the next question. So question number 5 is also from a conceptual understanding of economics. So it speaks about participatory notes are regulated by which of the following agencies? Reserve Bank of India, SEBI, Ministry of Finance, or both options A and B. So the correct answer is option number B, that is SEBI. So what is this participatory notes or P notes? So P notes are issued by registered foreign portfolio investors to overseas investors who wish to be the part of Indian stock market without registering themselves directly after going through a due diligence process. Now, participatory notes are issued by brokers and FI and foreign institutional investors registered with SEBI. The investment is made on behalf of these foreign investors by already registered brokers in India. Now, there are some advantages of participatory notes. For example, any entity investing in the participatory notes is not required to register with SEBI, whereas all FIIs have to be compulsory get registered. Now, there is ease of trading and also there is advantage of tax saving. But participatory notes also has certain disadvantages. For example, investors could be beyond the reach of basically Indian regulators, so it is very difficult to regulate the participatory notes. And participatory notes are also being used in money laundering with wealthy Indians, like the promoters of company use it to bring back the unaccounted funds and try to manipulate their stock prices. That's all. Now, question number 6 is about Antodaya. So the first says Antodaya Express is a fully unreserved super-fast train service for common man. This statement is correct. Second says Uday is an air-conditioned double-decker trains for Yatris. This statement is also correct. The third says Tejas is India's first private train. This statement is also correct. So all the statement 1, 2 and 3 are correct. D is the correct answer. So some validation. So what is this Tejas Express? So Tejas Express is India's first semi-high-speed fully air-conditioned train introduced by Indian Railways. It features modern on-board facilities with automatic doors. Now the first Tejas train was started between Lucknow to Delhi. Now what is this Antodaya Express? So Antodaya Express is a completely unreserved train by Indian Railways. The word Antodaya refers to uplifting of weakest section of the society. These are supposed to be overnight fully reserved trains. Now Indian Railways introduced the first Antodaya Express between Ernakulam and Howrah. Now Uday Express, that is Utkrist double-decker air-conditioned Yatri Express, are completely double-decker AC chair car trains that have been designed by Indian Railways. And the first Uday Express train started service between Coimbatore and Bangalore. That's all. So question number 7. So question number 7 is, in which of the following statements is correct about Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana? The first is, it is a comprehensive package which aims to create modern infrastructure with efficient supply chain management from farm gate to retail outlet. This statement is correct. The second says, it is implemented by Ministry of Food Processing and Industry. This statement is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. So C will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So what is this PM Kisan Sampada Yojana? So let us see some of the objectives. So objectives are like creation of modern infrastructure for food processing, then to create backward and forward linkage, then to create robust supply chain infrastructure for perishables. Then it also says like creation of mega food parks, then integrated cold chain and validation infrastructure, then creation and expansion of food processing preservation capacities, then infrastructure for agro processing clusters, then food safety and quality assurance infrastructure, and at last human resource and institutions. That's all. So this statement is about recent World Hindu Economic Forum. So the first statement says it is an independent international organization committed to make Hindu society prosperous through creation and sharing of surplus wealth. This statement is correct. The second says it is a non-profit organization of Hindus in Ottawa, Canada. This statement is wrong because World Hindu Economic Forum is non-profit organization headquartered in Delhi, India, not in Canada. The third says 2019 World Economic Forum was held in Mumbai. This statement is correct. So 1 and 3 are correct answer. So C will be the correct answer. So now some validation. So what is this World Hindu Economic Forum? So it is a non-profit organization headquartered in Delhi. It was founded by Swami Vigyanand in 2010. The forum basically brings together eminent Hindu intellectuals and businesses for the purpose of collaboration. The organization holds an annual international conference and several regional conferences in different parts of the world. Now, World Hindu Economic Forum has earlier been organized in London, then Los Angeles, and Hong Kong, and also in Nairobi. Now, 2019 World Hindu Economic Forum was held in Mumbai, and Dharmasya Mulan Artha, that is, economy is a strength, is the philosophy of this organization, which was basically quote of Kautilya in Arthashastra. That's all. So question number 9 is on FAME scheme. To promote use of electric vehicles in India, government recently announced FAME 2 scheme. In reference to FAME 2 schemes, consider the following statements. FAME 2 scheme will incentivize the electric vehicles in commercial vehicles for public transport and two-wheelers. This statement is correct. Second says Department of Heavy Industry is the nodal agency for the monitoring and implementation of the scheme. This statement is also correct. So let us see some validation. So basically the outlay of 10,000 crores has been made for the 3 years, that is till 2022, for FAME 2 scheme. Now the government will offer the incentives for electric buses, three-wheelers, four-wheelers to be used for commercial purpose. And plug-in hybrid vehicles and those with a sizable lithium-ion battery and electric motor will also be included in the scheme, and fiscal support will be offered depending on the size of the battery. Now, the center will invest in setting up of charging stations with the active participation of public sector units and private players. That's all. So the last question. So the last question says India slipped to the rank of 68 in Global Competitive Index. So GCI is published by WTO, IMF, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or World Economic Forum. So the correct answer is World Economic Forum. That's World Economic Forum. So that's all for today. So I hope you like the class. Please like and subscribe our channel for more such videos. Thank you very much.